All right, last second sports family. What is up? Cannot wait to be back live tomorrow, but I have some thoughts on this Deebo Samuel and Trey Lance situation. So we have two separate things going on. One, we have the Trey Lance situation, which is Ian Rappaport went on, I think it was Pat McAfee's podcast, and said that he wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy was still the starter in San Francisco this year, which I think has kind of gone under the radar a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong, Rappaport, these guys, they were also the ones that said Mac Jones was going to end up in San Francisco. I personally don't make a lot of this report, or this opinion, I should say. I don't make a lot of it because I'm going back to what Kyle Shanahan said during the league meetings, where he made it very, very clear that they are shopping Jimmy Garoppolo and that they are looking to make Lance the starter, quote unquote, sooner than later. So, with those things being said, I still hope that the team is smart enough to find a way to get rid of Jimmy before that season starts. Because to Ian Rappaport's point, if he is on this team, it is really hard to go against what the teammates may want of him, and, or excuse me, may want Shanahan to do with that decision making, wanting Jimmy Garoppolo to play. Again, a lot of them associate winning with Jimmy Garoppolo. So to me, you have to remove the problem before it becomes one. I think that Trey Lance, if it is an actual quarterback competition, would win that thing pretty clearly, but I don't know if it matters. So we'll see what happens there. But personally, I don't think this is that big of a deal, but it's certainly worth talking about. Now, the Deebo Samuel situation, I've been the one since the very beginning that was on this thing right away. And I've been telling you that I think it is a bigger deal than what people want to make of it, as far as the Instagram stuff, deleting all of the 49ers content essentially off of his Instagram. And I think that there is a chance that Deebo gets traded. Although I still think it's around that 80-20 that Deebo stays. I think that not talking about it or turning your nose to it as if it's not a big deal is doing the community an injustice. That's just my opinion. That being said, the report today that Deebo Samuel is not going to be participating in any of the team drills or workouts, that's not a surprise. And it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Deebo Samuel has no reason to do those workouts. Could you imagine if something happened to him during those workouts and all of a sudden he's not able to get paid? He can't risk it. And I understand that. I think that this right here is much ado about nothing. I think we should have expected this. It sounds like we're going to get similar things from AJ Brown. I'm surprised DK Metcalf's not going this route. And the reason I say that is because DK, AJ Brown, and Deebo, I believe, all have the same agent or agency. So maybe it's not the agent that is making these recommendations. Maybe it's up to the individual player, or maybe DK is just closer to getting a deal done, which, by the way, would be worst case scenario for the 49ers. If DK Metcalf or AJ Brown get paid before Deebo, that's only driving up the price for the 49ers. So again, the 49ers should be trying to hammer this thing out, get it done as quickly as possible, in my opinion. I think that they've already waited too long, but this is what the 49ers do, and we'll see if it bites them in the butt or not. But to me, I think both of these stories, again, are worth talking about, but I don't think either one is a big issue. I haven't changed my opinion on anything. Neither one of these situations get me off of my original opinions, which is Trey Lance is going to be the starter this next year, and Deebo Samuel is probably going to stay with the 49ers. Although we're going to know soon. The 29th comes and goes just 10 days from now or so. Deebo's still on this team. We know what it is, or he's traded. We're about to find out. But both of these guys were spotted in a photo recently, which I think bodes very, very well to what I'm talking about. Deebo and Trey were together, smiling, and I think that tells me two things. I think that tells me that Trey Lance is, in fact, QB1, and Deebo, for all intents and purposes, would much rather stay with the 49ers than leave the 49ers. He just wants to get paid. So take that for what it is. Last Second Sports family, I appreciate you rocking with us, and I will be back tomorrow with Sunil. We'll talk then. Peace.